I'm live, but I didn't press the button to get into the room. Hello, everybody. Mark Atwood Show, Adventures of Cosmic Suits. How's it going? How are you? Bit of a crazy time. I knew December was going to be crazy, but I didn't think it was going to be this crazy. It's a roller coaster. So I'm trying to stay chipper, and I hope you are too. It's very tough for lots of people. So I'm going to start the show. I mean, this is a call-in show. I wanted to do a call-in show for a long time, and I haven't done a call-in show. The call-in shows, the live call-in shows that I've tried to do before, have turned into massive roundtables that go on for hours. This one I want to keep to about an hour. I've put the link in the chat. If you want to join the studio, you just click the link, come into the studio. I'm going to talk for a bit and then let you in one at a time, and we'll just go through one by one and have a chat. I just want to see how you all are. I'd like this to be a positive video, but I'm going to talk about some stuff before I get to that. It's been a hell of a week. I don't know if you guys are not on my Telegram chat. I'm just looking to see if I can find a thing for you. Yes. So on Telegram yesterday, I had a very strong urge to share this poem. I haven't had time to make a video of this poem, but there's the meme I made for it. It's just down here. I want to play you what I recorded. So here's the poem, and hopefully you'll be able to hear this. Let's see. Don't Comply by Mark Atwood. Don't comply. It's all a lie. Your dream is ending soon. It's time to start the building. Build the world anew. All the facts you thought you knew are crumbling to dust. The seeds are sown inside your soul. Now, discard the husks. Elementals everywhere, guiding lights to see. Standing firm in the storm, rooted like the trees. The wisdom of the ages surfacing at last. The future in our hands. Exterminate the past. Don't comply, it's all a lie. Do you see it yet? The hourglass is turning hard. With gratitude, forget. The world you knew is fading fast. We have to let it go. Don't comply, it's all a lie. When it's time, you'll know. Did you like that? Here was, it's been a bit annoying recently because I've written a lot of poems, and the company that the service that I used to use to churn them out, because every poem I've ever written has just had to be thrown out quickly, and it was called Vidnami, and they got taken over by GoDaddy, and then suddenly they got taken down, and I was like, I can't make a poem. I mean, some of my poetry videos are big film numbers, and I need to have the crew and everything for all of that, and that's quite a lot of. It's just been no time. So yesterday I got Monique. Those of you who are on my course know Monique. And I said, Monique, do you know how to use Audacity? Because it's fucking driving me mad, right? I said, I want to do this with this sound effects in the background, and I didn't know how to do it myself. So thanks, Monique. And then I was like, come on, let's get it good. I was on Zoom. Come on, hurry up. Got to get it out. And, I was it is amazing to live in a time where you can put a poem out, and that although I don't know how many views it had on my Telegram, but it's been shared on other places, and 30 to 50,000 people have seen it in 24 hours. That's amazing. But it's not about me. It's very important. Don't comply. It's all a lie. It really is. And it's been quite tough because on the 1st of December, if you've been following Telegram, I got a letter from the local school saying they were going to implement the Irish government's mask mandates on kids. And it was like, oh God, here we go. And I wrote to the teachers and the principal, and I said, look, these guys are criminals. What are you doing? This is child abuse. How can you do this? Hi, Monique. Cheers. And they just ignored it. And I don't think many parents took kids out of the school, which is really unbelievably depressing. And then today they sent me a truancy statement. Your sons got two at that age, twins, have been missing for 15 days so far. And I was like, oh, here we go. And this is what it's like fighting the system. They always come back at you like robots. And I've fortunately, God prepared me for this because I've got years of experience of court cases and dealing with banks and dealing with lawyers and solicitors. And all you have to do is stand in your power. Okay, what are they going to do? Kill you? Even if they do, so what? You're an eternal soul. And that's the thing. You've got to stand in your power. And they're constantly putting this pressure on you to buckle and to go into a state of fear and to comply. Don't do it. I know it's easier said than done sometimes, but don't do it. So a few things I want to share with you because, wherever you are in the world, there are great things going on. And I want to just find something that I found very encouraging this weekend, which was when the mandates came in for the kids, there was a very huge amount of, just trying to find the right page. Here it is. I found this Facebook page called A Mandate Free Ireland, which is here. And you can see it's got 18.7 thousand members. And this was set up by a couple of really cool people in order for businesses of Ireland to say, hey, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to discriminate. That's a great video there. This is a good one. This is from Mary Louise Manus Lonergan, and her daughter's up against Trinity College. Go and have a look at it. You can go and find it, A Mandate Free Ireland, if you're in Ireland. If you're not, go and have a look anyway, because let this page inspire you. It went from a few hundred to 10,000 on Saturday, and then 15,000. Now it's on 18,000. And this is very, very encouraging, right? I found this extremely encouraging. And all you guys, if any of you are watching this are on here, thank you for doing this. It's wonderful to see. And the guys that set this up, I don't know them, but they're setting up a website and they're going to produce a directory of places where there's no discrimination. Now, it doesn't mean that everybody on this Facebook page is awake and understands that we are subject to satanic reptilians. So that, that's a step too far for most people. But the thing is, what's happened with the mandates is that it's made people say, no, enough is enough. This is our kids, and I've had meetings with parents who are like, this is wrong. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. So why do people still comply with it? Why do people still do it? Well, they're scared, right? They're shaking. They are trembling. They don't know what else to do. Right. But it's now time for us to stand up. It's pretty simple. Guys, if you want to talk in this show, this is going to be a call-in show. I'm going to bring you on. Please click the link in the comments that are higher up. And excuse me. It's at the top of the chat. I'll put it in again because I want to speak to you guys. So I'm just going to find the invite again. I'm going to put it in the chat. You just click the link that I'm about to post in the chat, and then you can come into the studio, and then you'll be in a queue, and I'll call you in a minute. A few other things I want to talk about. Another hero in Ireland, right? Again, I know that you may not be from Ireland, but this is quite extraordinary, and it's very encouraging. And what we're seeing now is heroes rising, okay, which is wonderful, because this is what it's going to take, heroes rising. And here is a chap I'd like to introduce you to, if you've not seen him, called Dr. Stephen Manning. And Stephen, I think he doesn't live that far from me. He's just been incredible. The other day, this video here, you go and have a look for it yourself. I'm just going to find it again so that I can play it for you. Just have a watch of this.
Okay, you know I have to do this. I have to protect myself every time. So
I'm just giving you information that you are required to be in Balmontic District Court tomorrow morning, the 8th of December at 10:30, as per direction issued by Judge Fielden. That's the only information I have to pass on.
Well, no, hold on a minute, guys. No, stop a minute. Stop. You stop right there. I have told you before, MY233, what's your name? What's your number? Excuse me. I'm sorry. No, I'd like to know. I'd like to know.
It's criminal damage. Okay?
What criminal damage? You on my bloody property is criminal damage. That's what's criminal damage. You on my property. You on my property. Now listen to me. I want to know why you're here. I told you this is criminal. You guys are the criminals. You guys are the criminals. You are a disgrace. You are a disgrace. You are criminals. Right? You are criminals. And I'm going to stand right here until you get out of the car and tell me why I have to go to Balmullet tomorrow. Tell me why I have to go to Balmullet tomorrow. Noriko, we'll stand here for 20 minutes if we have to. You tell me why I have to go to Balmullet tomorrow.
Now, you can go and find that on facebook.com/IntegrityIRL. Capital I on integrity, capital IRL. Stephen Manning he's just been extraordinary. What a brave man. It does take cojones to stand up when guards and police come to your door. I've been through this myself, using common law to get people out of my property. It all relies upon you not understanding your rights, and every one of us needs to start understanding our rights. And Stephen's a fantastic advocate for this. But what happens in that video is that like 6 guard cars pull up. They don't talk to him. He tries to perform a citizen's arrest on them because they've trespassed on his property. They've turned up, told him, you've got to be at court tomorrow at 9:30. No papers, nothing legal about it at all. And there they are, just because the police of the world, and the guards in Ireland in particular, have been getting away with intimidation tactics on people forever. And I've been intimidated by them myself over the years. And these guys have either got no soul, or they are Satanists, and they're in a coven, or they're Freemasons and they're lower down just doing what they're told, or they're just fucking stupid. I mean, whichever the case, what they don't understand is that, the satanic cabal will not spare them. That's the thing that cracks me up. What are why are they all falling for it? Same with the teachers. So I did a meme today, which I just want to quickly share with you. Still trying to work out how to use this share thing in a smooth way, but I haven't done many lives recently. So, this is, no, that's what I choose what to share. Here we go. Not that one, not this one. Right. So just following orders or doing my job are 2 excuses that have not played out well, historically speaking. I'm talking to all the teachers, doctors, nurses, police, and other pension protectors with cognitive dissonance. Time to rejoin the human race before it's too late. That's on my Facebook page. It's on my Telegram channel. Go and share it everywhere. Saying this, I met a teacher last week on my channel who's amazing, over in Tallaght in Dublin. Amazing. I met another teacher. I did a talk on Sunday in a castle down in Cork in front of 88 people. I thought it was 100, but I was told it was 88. And it was like doing a comedy gig in the old days. I didn't know what I was going to say. I played some poems. I talked. I tried to make them laugh. People there were all awake to some degree, but nobody was in masks and there was no bullshit with vaccines. So that was amazing. And there I met a teacher who said she was working on the inside. And I was extremely, extremely happy about that, because she said, look, they've been doing this for the last 10 years. It's just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And some of us know it. And I decided to stay on the inside. And what I do is I'm constantly trying to break the rules and bend them. And I'm taking the kids out all day. And then I'm, and this is the thing. And I'm really happy to know that I've also heard from nurses and paramedics and police even who do understand what's going on, are working on the inside and trying to, slow it down. But is it enough? I don't know. I mean, if you're a teacher, a policeman, or whatever, and you're awake, I think we need to hear from you. You need to start speaking out. You all need to start speaking out, because there's billions of us. get on YouTube, start a channel, and start speaking out. Tell your truth. You know, when I share certain things on Facebook, I notice people don't share certain things because they're scared of what? You know, people say, "Oh, I'm gonna get shouted at." So what? Get shouted at. We've got to wake everybody up. I know we've been saying this for a long time. Don't forget, I'm an apocalyptimist. I still think we're gonna be okay, but it's tough. It's tough right now. I mean, it's been tough for a long time, and let's face it, but it's still been tough. Right. Anything else I want to share with you before we do the call in? Yeah, I just want to share this about there's been a massive storm here in Ireland. My son told me about it because he's just passed his navigation and his meteorology test, and he's taking great delight in telling me about high and low pressure, which is brilliant, more than he ever learns at school. And he said, "There's a really low pressure, Dad, coming in, and it's come out of nowhere." And anyway, this one's called this storm that hit Ireland and the UK is called Storm Barra, right? And I found it really interesting that the word Barra in Irish actually meaning white or fair head. Ooh, does that mean white hat? I don't know. Up for you to decide, but I took that as a positive thing. One other thing is, I've got to share this with you. Sorry for you guys waiting. Anybody else want to come in? I've got 2 people waiting for the call in. I need a few more in there before we go to that. So the link is, I'm going to post it again. It's in the chat. There it is. It's streamyard.com. Can you see it? All you do is click on it and then you come in the waiting room. It's like a dentist waiting room, except there's no magazines. Just sit there and wait, and I'll pull you in a minute. Right. The other thing I want to share with you is this, because a huge amount of work has gone into this, and it's basically taken a year because we've been so busy. But I finally launched yesterday a new website. I'm very pleased with this website. It's got this amazing image on the front, which Nicole, my old friend from Marrakesh, helped me put together. She designed it and I directed it. And I'm gonna run a competition on this in a minute. But here's the website, themarkatwoodshow.com. Down here, blurb about me, blah blah blah. Latest episodes. What's going to be good about this is that we can put everything on here. These are all hosted on non-Cabal owned hosting. So if you want to watch a video, you can go in and you just watch the video like this, and it's all beautifully designed. This is the show I did last week with that Irish teacher and that wonderful woman from Teen Herd in Ireland. And in here, you can, leave reviews, although I'm not sure if that's working at the moment. You can share it. So this is going to be non-censored. I'm going to be doing episodes on this platform. It's my own platform. Okay, but all the episodes from the show. It's over 200 episodes since I started this show are going to be in here. They're not all in here yet. If you've not signed up to my email list, this is the place you can do it here. It's good to be on my email list, just so you know what's coming up and going on. I've got all my poetry videos being put up in here. I think they're all in now. Thanks, Monique. There's my course. If you want to do that, you can go on the free webinar. Just click that link and you can go watch a 90-minute webinar if you want to know about that course, there's nearly 400 people. I think there's 395 people on that course now, which is extraordinary. Here's the obligatory merch. Now, one of the reasons for this is because people kept asking me for t-shirts on some of these poems. So We See You is there. It's got the poem on the back, and we're adding to this all the time. What I want to do, though, I do actually want to run a little competition because I've never done that before, and it's like a radio call-in show. So I've got this canvas print here of the show. You can go and have a look at this. Come on, let's have a look at it. Right. So this is a canvas print of the artwork for the show. I'm going to give away a copy of this. It probably won't get there before Christmas, but I'm going to give away a copy of this for anybody who can tell me why Amelia Earhart is on. Why you think Amelia Earhart is on this image. leave it in the chat. If you think you know the answer, we've got long sleeve options, Mary. There's all sorts of things being added as well. Why do you think Amelia Earhart is in that image? All right, so that's the quiz. If anybody gets it right, I'm going to send you that for free. Oh, that's great. I've done a competition. That's exciting. Last thing I want to share before I bring people in is I got sent this song tonight that I think you should all go and look at. I'm just going to find it, which is here. Hope you're all doing well. Hope I'm not boring you. Right, this is the Gin Jammers, Dead Man's Bones. Go and find it on YouTube. I'm not going to play it because I'll get hit with copyright strikes. But somebody sent this to me. I love the lyrics, which are all here. And it's a great song. Go and have a look at that if you get the time. There's a lot of, it's got to be about the music. It's got to be about the comedy. It's got to be about the poetry. It's got to be about everything. All of you, if you've got any abilities in those areas, get it out online because it's a war. We're fighting a war. It's an information war. Somebody said, was Amelia Earhart abducted? That is a good question. You can never bore us, Mark. Thanks, Angie. That's very kind. Right, we've got loads of people here. Brilliant. Right, the rules are, because this is not going to turn into one of those massive live streams like me and JC have done, which lasts for 15 hours. This one is, she'll probably slag me off for saying that. I'm only joking, JC. This one's going to be like, come on, say your stuff, 3 minutes, and then bugger off, and then we'll get somebody else on. Okay, is that fair enough? All right. So I'm going to start with a safe bet here. I'm going to start with Spiritual Sunshine. Hello.
I knew you were going to pick me first. Oh, shit. I don't know what to say. It's good to see you.
You too. Didn't you have a hat on last time we met?
I did have a hat on. Yep, I did.
And now sunglasses. That's good. How's it going?
I just left work, so I'm at the vitamin store right now. And you came on live. I was like, right on.
Fantastic. Great to see
you.
you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Tell me something good and positive.
Oh, everything's good and positive. Everything.
Be specific.
Everything. The sky is awesome. The stars are great. I watched, what is that girl, Gavin, the girl that watches the stars? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Galvin.
Yes, I love her. So did you see her thing she had on last night with the star?
No, I didn't, but she sends me pictures all the time. And I was
oh my God.
Sunday night.
It's amazing. Yeah, I love that stuff. I'm a nut.
Yeah.
But yeah, the clouds are really awesome every day, every night. The stars are awesome. The vibes are awesome. I'm just excited. I don't know.
So
I'm
basically you're saying everything is awesome.
It is. It is. Even when they suck, it's awesome, I don't know. I was saying before, I'm just kind of crazy like that.
Well, it's good to see your big, shiny, big smile.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. It's good to see yours too. Live even.
Well, yeah. And you're
and you see my Trump sticker back here in my car?
Well, to me, it says PMURT.
Yeah. There you go.
It's good. Yep. Do people throw eggs at you?
No. My kids, they're all like this when they ride with me. And I get people are honking. I'm like, what the hell? And I look over and they're like, yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, right on. Yeah. Yep. And everybody else says, I can't believe that you have the balls to freaking put that on your car. I'm too scared to. I said, fuck that. I don't care.
JC just made a good point. I'm the one who said 3 minutes each. She did say that to me.
Oh, yeah. I better go.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I can chat as well. And I'm like, but it's wonderful to see you. Thank you for sharing.
It's good to see you too. I love you so much. You're awesome.
Thank you. I love you too. Keep the vibe up.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
See you later. Have a great day.
Next. Yeah. All right. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I like this. This is good. Okay, who's next? Okay. Anka. How do I say that? Come on. You know I'm rubbish at pronouncing names if you watch this show.
No, you did well. No worries. It's German, but I'm out in Canada, so everything is white and snowy here. So you're not the only ones with surprise weather, but Calgary always has weather that can change on a dime. We're used to that.
Well, you're in ski country, right?
Yep.
Yep.
45 minutes and you're already in great area.
Good. Well, we've not met before, so welcome
Nope.
to the show. Great to see you. Thanks for coming on. What's your story? What have you got to say to us today?
Well, I found you sometime last year, and that was very helpful for me. I love your poems. I always have to replay them. And now I've bombarded the group that we have created on the Telegram channel for here. And everybody is doing this. So I'm doing this, like giving thanks from everybody here to your creativity and the input that you get. It's amazing. So thank you so much for that.
That's very kind of you.
And with all the stuff, you were awake a lot earlier. I was like doing that in increments, and whenever I was asking questions, I was looked at as if I have two heads. So
Yep.
get used to that through my life. And so that's when when they started 2020 with all this, I was just researching and finding all bullshit. So everything else is like doing this now, not looking at it and just looking forward. What can I do? And with your inspiration and JCK, so hello to her and Greg, because I look at both of them and it's always inspiring. So I decided last year to end of the year to start a different career. So I'm completely out of the car business. I wouldn't have been there very much longer anyways, because I'm not doing anything of that. And so now I'm almost finished with being now a special therapist in doing hypnosis or deep relaxation therapy. And helping people with that is amazing. I had a friend coming in yesterday, and she lives with anxiety already for over 20, 30 years. And her coming in and 2 hours later, her walking out of here with being so cheerful, so changed from just doing that. Yeah, that's the right way to do it. To just help people to take their power back, and that's what you're helping too. So I'm really happy to be able to do that now too.
It's a team effort, right? It's like litter. If we all pick up a piece of litter, there's no litter, So we've all got to just speak out and stand up and do our best, because I do believe this is a movie, but it's a very, very real one,
Oh yeah, right in your face sometimes.
Yeah.
I've taken up the warrior spear, and when my parents started all my family lives in Germany, and for the longest time they have resisted. And then I was hearing in the background that my dad was talking about it. It's like, come here, because I was normally Skyping with him. And then he had to confess that he had gotten it and had dragged my mom into the same thing as well. I proceeded to go online, find the email address for their doctor's practice, and send them the Nuremberg Code, and told them like everything forward from this day on, I will hold them responsible for. They didn't like that very much, because the next day I was out walking. I got a call from my parents to call them back because I was out in the woods. I needed my break time. And then they proceeded like, how can you do that? So, well, if you can't, I can't. I don't have a problem with that. And in essence, the doctor was asking them, so either they would side with him or they wouldn't be his patients anymore. So that was kind of interesting. But hey, I would never have wanted to not have done that, because I think part of us is also, well, the role is to be more stronger than some other people. So I tried my best. Rest is their choice, but I've done what I could.
Well, you've done amazing, and this is exactly what it takes. And thank you for sharing that, and thank you for doing what you're doing, and keep going. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful to meet you. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to bring somebody else in. Thank you, Anka.
I'll be working later, so thank you, and keep up the good work. I'll be watching you.
Brilliant. Take it easy. See you later.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Wiedersehen. I just remembered a bit of German at the last minute. Ron, how's it going?
Hey. All right, Mark, yourself?
Scottish.
Scottish, correct. Yeah, from living and working in Indonesia. So
Okay,
it's like
great to meet you.
4:30 in the morning here.
Sorry to keep you up.
No, that's all right. No, I went and put on my special glasses, the same as yours.
And they're pretty good, actually. These are cheap ones. They look really expensive.
No, they're not. They're cheaper than probably yours. I'm a tight git. I'm Scottish, remember?
Of course, it's Scottish. Hey.
So I would just like to share my story about the medical profession.
Well, before you say that, remember we're on YouTube, so let's just try to keep it censorship free just before you.
Yeah. So I mean, I work in the mining sector. Well, I did. I work in the mining sector, and we were brought in there as a provider to improve the health of the mine site. And when I sat down with the on-site doctor, he basically turned around and he said, we've got to follow these protocols. I said, well, we should be on the same page. You've signed the Hippocratic Oath, so you promised to do no harm. And he said, right. And I said, let's look at the nutrition first, because that's the way to true health. And then he started to veer away from that. And then when we put the nutritional parameters on the table, and then he showed me his nutrition, and I said, that's about 200 calories. No, it's 2,000. I says, it's 200 calories, real food. And the rest is not really, you wouldn't call that food. I wouldn't put it in a dog. And then he started to get really defensive on it. And then he said, be careful. In front of the whole team, he says, be careful, you're not a qualified nutritionist. So he put me right in the corner. And I went, okay. So I went and got qualified as a nutritionist. And then I came back and put the certificate on his table and says, now let's talk nutrition. And he went, okay. And then we did that, and we started to get really good results. There were 4 Medivacs a month. So it's $100,000 US going out. But they were part of the issue. They were part of the problem. And we got that right down to 1 in 6 months. So we were saving the company a lot of money. So then, of course, the big bosses started to give us a pat in the back. And then I said, right, I'm going after the fitness side, because I work on injury prevention. So the first case he gave us was scoliosis. Come on. And we made a 1 degree shift in a month. And he went, and then the parents started saying, wow, she's such good. She doesn't have to wear this Boston brace anymore. She's moving around so freely. And then they started talking. And then I said, come on, give us some more. And they gave us a guy with vertigo, hadn't been to his work, and he's been off his work for 6 months. We put him back to his work in a week.
Brilliant.
And then we got knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain. So basically there were 3 physios doing 6 sessions a day. And we've got it down to 1 physio doing 3 sessions a day. So we just turned it right around.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
And that's what it should be all about. And that's what we're brought in there to do. And unfortunately now, because everyone's starting to go back, they said, my business partner says, oh, Ron, you need to get the vaccine to go back. Oh, sorry, the jab. And I said, well, I guess I won't be going back then.
Yeah.
So,
wow,
that's where I'm at.
Sounds like you need to do an online course. Make one.
Yeah, well, I have. It's funny you should say that. I've made up a program for a training academy, but it's not. It's more of a face-to-face thing.
Yeah, well,
you can get more hands-on.
get on YouTube and start sharing your experience and knowledge, because where we're going, it's not about business and money. You know, there's a bridge between, I think, between now and then where it is. But I honestly think, you know, what you've done is just wonderful to hear, and people need to know about it. You know, it's like open source. Everything needs to be open source going forward, where we share the kind of knowledge. I mean, what you've just described is actually worth billions a year to business. It's worth a fortune to everybody except the pharmaceutical industry. You know,
Yeah.
it's brilliant. I really, you know, what brought you to this show? We've not met before, Ron. How did you find the?
No, I find you quite funny for an English guy. But I like your humor. I do, and I'm actually have a meeting next week with Hyoga. So I saw your show with him, and I just resonated with it, and I see where he's went with it, and I can see where I'm gonna go with my my vision, and I just want to tap into his as well, because I like these the way he questions things. I'm more of a lead discovery guy, but I'll ask the direct question. Well, he won't.
No, the way he does it is brilliant.
Yeah, it is. I bought his book and I bought his audio book, and I'm looking forward to the show. And I actually, well, I semi. Oh, okay. I'm not going to go there.
Well, you know, I've been thinking, where can I squeeze in the deep fried Mars bar joke? But I do that with everybody Scottish. It's just but I've got.
I'm probably the only one that's never eaten one.
Oh yeah, look at you. You've never eaten one, have you?
No. And I've never been in a diet in my life.
Well, you're just naturally healthy.
No, it's not. People say, "What do you do?" I say, "I walk and I stretch, and that's it."
Well, yeah. Look, I'm
I
telling you,
don't do it. I haven't been.
Anybody watching this will want to sign up. Get on YouTube. Get on YouTube.
I ripped my bicep 4 years ago, and my mentor's an Australian guy. He's trained. His name's Ian King, and he's trained 10,000 athletes, and nobody knows him. He's one of these guys that nobody knows. And when you get into his network, he just opens it up. He's put athletes all the way through their careers without being injured. So it's just the secret sauce. The secret sauce.
You should have a chat to Alexander Weiss, who's on my course, and he's a bodywork. He's got the ancient secrets to martial arts. And he's like 56, but he looks about 30. You guys are getting like a house on fire. But I'm going to move on, Ron, because I'm going to keep the show tight. Yeah. But it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming on.
No problem, Mark.
You're not too bad for a Scotsman.
Yeah, well, say the same.
See you later, mate. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye. Right, who's next? I've got to get you on, Greg. How's it going, my friend?
Mark, good sir.
Give a hug.
Big hug, my friend. It's been too long. It's been way too long. Holy Christ. Here we are together again, my friend. How have you been? I know you've been busy. I have been like apeshit busy.
Well, look, man, we're still alive. That's a plus.
Yes.
That's a plus.
No, absolutely. Alive, thriving.
We're not in prison.
No.
I presume you're still writing poems.
I have many in mind, but I haven't been able to implement them yet. I've just had my focus on so many other things, and I just moved to the Midwest in Wisconsin. So, a lot of life-changing things going on right now. So, plenty of inspiration there to put the poems out, but just haven't penned them yet. But they're coming. They're coming.
What are you up to, dude? I saw a big update from you the other day. I was like, wow, he's been busy.
Yeah. No, I've been very, very busy. I've evolved beyond just doing the weekly shows and broadcasts and bringing people in. I'm kind of evolved beyond that. I'm really just fully into my sole purpose now, Mark. Evolved beyond trying to wake people up. And now it's just, how can I serve? How can I help people? Bringing people into a higher and more elevated vibration and helping them heal. That's what spirited rebirth and herbal healing is. And I've really, it's taken off. It's been thriving with myself and Robin and Leia. And yeah, man, we're just hitting it on all marks. It's been fun. It's been fun. It's been healing. It's been incredible. We're actually finishing up a 1 month container this evening with 4 lovely ladies that just have gone from caterpillars to absolute goddesses just from existing in our vibration and frequency. It's not about lighting people's torches for them, Mark. It's about lighting your own around them and showing them the worth and the value of lighting their torch, you know, and not just being a light in the tunnel, but burning the tunnel down, because it's time.
Ooh.
It's time.
Everything you just said in the last minute was a poem.
There you go. Yeah. Don't take it. Don't take it. I'm going to copy.
I don't steal poems. Saying that, when I first brought If out, and there was a guy slagging truthers off, he did this meme, so Charlie Ward, Mel K, blah blah blah, and then there was a little picture of me, little old me, and he goes, "I'm the plagiarist poet, Mark Howard."
Oh yeah, I
was like, "Fuck you! I've got loads of poems here. What are you talking about?" Oh God. Yeah, it's great to see you, man. Great to see you.
No, it's really great to see you, Mark. I've missed you both and JC, but really happy to be here. Yeah, it kind of all came together today. I didn't even know you were going live, but I saw a link there and I said, you know what, I might as well. Well, JC encouraged me to jump on, so I said, you know what, yeah, yes, ma'am, right. I'll jump on.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
well,
ma'am. I had no plan to go live. It's just that you get this. The whole YouTube thing, the whole poetry, everything is just like, well, you just get the urge, you've got to do it. You've got to listen to your higher self. And, you know, you never know what's going to happen. And I just thought I wanted a high vibe show because there's a lot of scary stuff out there. There's a lot, you know, people are still freaked out by things. And I think it's going to, you know, December's looking crazy as F.
Yeah. Well, we are heading into that dark winter. We're going to start witnessing these narratives truly play out. I mean, being here in the Midwest, it's a little bit different. It's a lot less dense than the Northeast. Most people walking around wearing, you know, diapers are actually not jabbed. They're just in fear. So what I'm experiencing now is not actually the jab narrative or the toxicity of that. It's the toxicity of the fear and the fear of not complying and the social aspects of all that, of being the only one walking around in a food store without something covering your face. So that's what I'm tapping into right now. The energy that I'm tapping into right now is mostly what I'm witnessing is not this. It's just the fear of not complying. That's where the Midwest is right now. So they're kind of at that midpoint where they're in fear of not complying, but they're ready to break from it. They're just ready to say, screw it. We're done. This is ridiculous. We're over it. It's mainly only the big conglomerates like Costco and things like that that are actually pushing it on people. As you walk in the door, they try and grab you, like physically grab you and try and like hand you one. And myself and my twin flame were the only two walking throughout that entire monstrosity the other day without one on. And we literally just told them at the door, we just said, no, we choose to breathe and show you our smiling faces. Thank you and have a nice day. That's it.
I like that. I like that one. And I think it's very, you know, very important everybody watching this keeps doing that, you know, because I know people that know what's going on, they are awake, and then I see them in a shop with a mask on. I'm like, you have to stop wearing it. You've just got to stop wearing it and stand in your power. Because when you do that, you, like you just said, when people see you vibrating at the right frequency, you give them strength. You know, that's what we're all here for, is to give everybody else the strength. Because this is a frequency war. This is a spiritual war. This is what it is. You know, this is the matrix crumbling. We are the ones bursting through and creating a new paradigm. And don't think about how we're going to build business and all these big things. You've just got to think about every day and every moment and every day and get through that in the best frequency that you can possibly be in, which is not always easy, I know, but you know, that's what we're here for, to cheerlead you on the way. Sounds like you're doing amazing stuff as always.
Yeah. It's been incredible, man. It's been an incredible ride and it's only getting better. It's just getting more and more exciting. And it's always good to see you and to see you thriving and doing everything you're doing. And just Thank you so much, Mark. I mean, I have so much love and respect for both you and JC. You're both are like cosmic parents to me throughout this entire process. I'm really, really grateful for all the souls that I've met throughout this journey, especially you and JC have just been profound for me in my growth and development. And yeah, it's amazing. I'm a completely different man than I was just a month ago. I mean, it's amazing how these changes are just exponentially gaining speed, especially when you surrender to the process and you really, really lean into it. You lean into your emotions, you lean into the traumas, the pains, the fears, that everything that's going on around you. When you truly lean into it and give yourself to it, it just starts moving. Change just happens instantaneously. It's crazy. You're not the same person you were the day before.
Well, it's interesting because Sartre always talks about change within a permanence, and I was in this room the other day thinking, oh, God, I've changed a lot. Oh my life's completely different, and you don't realize it because you're doing being aware of that. Mainly because I'm losing my hair. That's the biggest change, but. But it's such a roller coaster, this thing. It's one minute it's like the greatest thing ever. Next minute it's like, oh God, it's coming at us again. And I just feel like I did this joke about 6 months ago about this whole period is like wearing a pair of really tight shoes. When you take a pair of really tight shoes off, it feels amazing, but you had to go through the pain of the tight shoes first.
Right. Yeah. No, it's certainly it's been a journey, my friend. It really, really has been. It's had its ups and downs, and it has its moments where we're like, just you don't feel like you can go on, but in those moments is where we have found layers upon layers of strength, layers upon layers of just absolute depth that we never realized we even had. I mean, we truly are powerful, Mark. We really, really are. And that's why the density, that's why the dark is pushing so hard as it can against us, because it knows the power that we wield when we finally don't comply, when we say no, when we call BS on all this stuff, and we actually start to self-regulate, start to self-govern, start to self-love, start to self-care, start to be our own self-practitioners. Even when we literally reject and step away from all these systems and start just self-governance all on its own, we are incredibly, incredibly powerful, incredibly powerful. And that's why they're pushing this narrative, or all these narratives, as profoundly and as harshly as they can, because they know that once it all clicks, once all chakras, once all lights, once all switches are flipped on, it's it. It's over. I mean, it's over already, because we're already going there. We're manifesting and creating this, so we're already going there. We don't have to have all the switches on to get to the other side. But I'm telling you right now, we are so powerful. We are incredibly powerful, and that's why they're pushing this so much. And that's why the fear is ramped up as much as it can, because fear is also one of the greatest distorters, and it's also one of the greatest rugs pulled out from underneath your feet that there is in the universe, especially when you're on a roll and then fear comes in and whoop, takes you right off your feet again. And that's why they're pushing it in all ways, shapes, and forms. That's why all these dark forces are always coming in. It's why we have to protect ourselves and keep ourselves well, and keep our vibrations high, and keep our eyes on the ball, ourselves focused, knowing that the universe has our backs. God has our backs. We
100%.
ourselves, as godly beings and gods and goddesses, have our own backs. We can do this. And again, to see the worth and value in lighting your own torch. It's time, guys.
Oh, you just raised my vibration just by talking.
As do you, brother.
Listen, it's fantastic to see you.
You as well.
I can't wait to meet you. If you want to do another poetry special over Christmas time, I'd love it.
I'd love that.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
No, let's do it. Let's do it. You got me on WhatsApp. We'll talk it out.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Once all the kids are all sorted, we'll get on and we'll do a poetry thing, because I love that show we did, and it's great to see, man. I'm gonna kick you out because I've got people waiting.
Go ahead.
But
Good
Thanks
to see
a
you,
lot
brother.
for everything you do,
Yeah.
man. I'll see you later. Cheers,
Yeah,
Greg.
see you later. Cheers.
See ya. Wow. Fantastic. Well, I'm really enjoying this show. I hope you guys are. Just wonderful to get people. I like this format. I'm going to do this again already. I think I'm going to do this again. So I'm going to get, I know some guys have been waiting. I'm trying to go girl, boy here. So I'm going to bring on, I think it's Taylor Moon. Hello, Taylor Moon.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
My pleasure. Where are you? In the States, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so it started Missouri and now it's Florida for good reason.
Whoa!
Right?
The best fucking place to live on earth right now.
Exactly right.
Yeah, brilliant.
You'd be surprised though. We still have some of the stuff.
Well, even with DeSantis saying,
Yeah,
still...
there's walking around like that. I know it's a deep ingrained program at this point. So obviously we're going to hold space for those people, but also we have to stay sovereign and say, I'm safe and I don't need this. And by that, we perpetuate that energy too. But I actually got on to share my dream from last night.
Go on. I love a dream.
Okay. So I have dream space work quite a bit. It's a very frequent thing for me, and I've done it since I was a child, specifically entities. So thankfully, that's not much of what I do anymore, even though I have dealt with some beings that you speak about quite a bit. Last night, I had a dream so I saw almost like a computer grid, and I saw a motherboard. This giant motherboard. And what they were explaining to me was this motherboard is technically the grid system that has been overlaid over the organic system. And I watched these old school, like Microsoft Bill Gates computers, like, like the big chunky thick ones. I watched them all go black. And I watched them all go black. And I actually had a BQH session not too long ago. I literally just got out of it an hour ago and I showed up here. So it's weird how that came into fruition, but they were telling me that they're about to collapse the Saturn grid completely. And when that happens, our memories are actually going to start to flood in really rapidly. So even, how everything's like perpetuating and going really fast already? I saw us like shooting through a gate. So I drew a picture of it I'm not an artist by any means, but so it started out over here and it was going slowly. And all of a sudden, as we enter this gate, they showed me the gate, but they were also showing me like on Earth too, like on Mother Earth, like an old gate. And they were showing me what gate was opening on Mother Earth too. And it was like the inner Earth gate opening up and becoming the outer Earth too. It was beautiful.
Wow.
So I was watching it happen galactically and on the Earth plane at the exact same time. So yeah, that's kind of what's in my reality in this here now moment, I guess.
That's gorgeous. What a great thank you for sharing that, because that's I mean you were dreaming about a motherboard. I was dreaming about a motherfucker. It was Joe Biden, and woke me up. No, I'm joking.
No, I literally had a Joe Biden dream. SHIT you not. You don't want to hear it? It's bad.
No. I want to hear it. I'm just saying nobody wants to have one of them.
Oh my Lord. So I was literally in a yellow room, and I know my team was there because I saw some really tall beings around me. I had a laptop dream too. I can tell about that another time or whatever. But I had all these beings around me in this room, and Joe Biden came up to me and he put his hands on my knees. Did
he sniff your hair?
You know what? I think he wanted to. but the energy of him put his hands on his knees and he was scratching at my solar plexus. Like I could literally feel him scratching at my solar plexus. They literally, my team explained later on that was just the entity. It wasn't actually like he's not there anymore, which I know we all kind of.
He's been gone a long time.
Yeah, he's off.
Joe shut. He's gone.
I love that calm, by the way. Any of Trump's calms, I'm all for.
Yeah, man. Well, it's amazing to hear that dream. I think everybody in the chat has really enjoyed that, and that's great because you've just helped the vibration go up too, and you've cheered me up, which is brilliant.
Thank you. Do you want me to pull a card for you guys really quick? Just like real quick, I'll just get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as
okay.
As long as it's good.
What does the collective need to know in this here now moment? Oh, I just saw Wheel of Fortune in my head, but we'll see. Also, when Galactic Greg and you were talking, I saw an Ace of Wands. You guys have like a very creative energy together that I feel like might bring something new. Just saying.
I think so. Oh yeah, yeah. I just got a confirmation of that.
Yeah, I figured as much. Oh wow. Okay, so we got a victory. So 6 of Wands in the traditional tarot is always up on a horse like this, but it's a victory of finally. It's this energy that surrounds us of like, finally we're here. I can't believe we're here, but they're telling me believe it. Watch out for distortion and illusion. But you guys are all getting this victory because you're worthy of it, right? It's because of your heart center. It's not because you think you deserve it. It's not because you would have done it again a million times over and over again. But like it feels like finally this energy in December is finally like a win for us. I know that sounds cheesy, but finally.
Taylor, have you got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's
good.
Small.
Well, I think you're going to get a few subscribers after this. I hope you're doing this stuff live because people want to. You got a beautiful energy, really.
So do you. I was curious if you may have thought there was like a galactic past life there or something. I don't know if you have Palladian or Lyran in you, but I felt
not right now. I've got a cheese sandwich with me. I don't know if that. No.
Oh my Lord. But yeah, I just wanted to tell everyone on your channel too, like, even as we go through this time, you guys are all so safe and sovereign. Like, I don't know. I think it's really important for people to know, and for the children and for all the humans to know, like, as we move through this, like, it's going to be okay. And it's bigger than what you imagine. That's what I got out of a BQH session today. It's bigger than you imagine.
That's what I've been getting. It's much bigger than you imagine.
And I have a big imagination. So
yeah, so do I. So do I.
I know.
I had to go for a 3-hour walk on the beach today and just sit in the wind and the rain and just like have a little chat with those guys upstairs, and that's all I got. I kept getting, this is just gonna just hang on. This is gonna be mind blowing.
I know. Well, she was not remembering her dreams, and normally she's like me, the woman I was working with today, and we were asking her higher self. We were like, why is she not remembering her dreams? They said, we want to keep it a surprise. She can't know everything. And the other thing that I got from it too is like, keep imagining these big, beautiful things, but like be flexible about how they happen, and also be ready for the surprise. Because like, I get like, it's funny, I'm on the edge of this cliff, right? And I'm looking down and I'm like, you know, we feel like we're at this precipice finally, even though we saw it a long time ago too. It actually feels like it might manifest into, I just saw Ace of Coins in my head, so I'm guessing manifest too into the reality.
Well, Taylor Moon, it's wonderful to meet you. Everybody, put the link to your YouTube channel in the chat and in the comments when this show goes on YouTube normally. And everybody subscribe to Taylor. She's brilliant, right? Absolutely brilliant.
Mark, you're so brilliant. Thank you for your poems. Thank you so much for standing up for children. The psychic children are really important, but all the children, the hybrid children, are all important. So you can tell that's where your heart center, like, you know, that's your spot.
If they touch one more child, I'm going to haunt them forever.
And so it is, right?
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you, Taylor. I'm gonna say goodbye. I've got all these other people to get on, and I've not got that much time left. But thank you. It's great to meet you.
Great to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Wow, Taylor. Wow, just amazing people coming on here. Right, I'm going to pull on Matt now. He's been waiting a long time. Hello, Matt.
I'm just thinking to myself, how can I follow Taylor? To be honest,
don't say that. That sounds creepy. How do I follow Taylor? Around the shopping center? No, they won't do that.
Yeah. So yeah. Hi, I'm Matt. Yeah, I'm from Somerset.
Somerset.
Yes.
Friday down
Somerset.
there.
Yeah. My wife's laughing at me in the moment in the background. So.
All right, my lovely.
So yeah. So we yeah, it's been quite a crazy time in the past since last March, April. So yeah, my wife and I. We were a little bit kind of skeptical in the last few years, and she's very much into her sort of nutrition and things like that. And yeah, like last April, we just watched a few bits and pieces, and suddenly I think I had we had both basically woke up and had watched this particular video that really touched us, and in sort of March, April time last year, and suddenly we saw the world in a really different, literally overnight. It was quite pretty crazy time, and yeah, we kind of sold our house. We were living in a sort of large town, and we're trying to set up our own sort of co-housing community and sort of reconnect with nature. Yeah, and that's been a sort of real journey since last year. You know, I think it's been the best thing that's happened, and probably the worst thing, to be honest, because it's been really tough at times. But sort of reconnecting and grounding, and you know, I've been things like that. It's been pretty cool, and yeah, we're sort of been meeting lots of new people, and been trying to find properties to buy and set up hopefully a retreat, maybe possibly for people to come and heal from all this crap that's been going on. Yeah, and just sort of dealing with how to deal with family and friends. You know, I've tried to wake a lot of people up initially, but I just pee people off and just realized I had to sort of let it go and just let them go on their own little journey, and you know, maybe one day they'll come back, you know. But yeah, it's been interesting, and I've been following you since about a month after you set up your channel. I just suddenly had this massive connection with your stuff, and it was just, you know, I just watched all your watched quite a lot of your stuff. It's been really helpful. Yeah,
that's great to hear. That is great to hear. Thank you, Matt. It's a weird old thing doing this sort of thing, because, you know, I've always been a gobshite. I can stand up and talk in front of people, but talking about this stuff out in the open, it's like, you know, there's people around here that see me and they just cross the road now. But on the other hand, I got invited to go and speak to a load of amazing people on Sunday, which was, and the energy in that building, this old castle, it's like a 700-year-old castle, absolutely stunning place. Like Princess Diana have stayed there, and some bad guys as well. But and Queen Elizabeth I stayed there, another crazy royal. And it's you know, this thing that we've been through is like the biggest gift to humanity. It's hard to see it on a day-to-day basis when you're surrounded by numbskulls, but you know, and it's really hard to listen to stories of people dropping dead. I mean, I saw this meme earlier. I think it said 108 FIFA registered footballers and trainers have dropped dead in the last 6 months. When are they going to work it out?
Yeah, I posted that on my Facebook a few days ago, and I just post what's going on. I've been trying to do it a bit more softly with people. I said, what's going on with all the footballers, you know, dropping dead? And I had one person comment, no likes, just one person go, vaccine ? And I was just like, you know, it was just, and I posted something a couple of days ago comparing what was going on to the Holocaust. I think I posted a Hungarian Jew's quote, and I just got told I was entitled twat, basically, you know, basically hounded by a few people I thought weren't that bad, and I just decided to just what's the word, deactivate my Facebook. Just got fed up with it all. It was just draining my energy, and I feel much better for it, to be honest. Just following the people that I want to. And I thought I'd go back and have a go, and I did it a few months ago, try and wake people up. But I've realized it's, you know, people got to work it out for themselves, haven't they? Really, so.
They really have, you know, and I've been through that process. You know, some days I just want to shake. You know, I've written poems like "cunt" and "wake the fuck up," and then I'm like, you know, really, was that? All I did was make everybody else laugh, and it's not all on there.
Yeah, I did like that one. I was. I'm not one for swearing, but I realized actually swearing is pretty good. Actually, sometimes just I think you say the old fuck it thing, isn't it? You know.
Well, absolutely. Somebody put in the. I did fuck it the other night. I got everybody stood up and did fuck it. If anybody watching this, go and type "fuck it therapy" into YouTube. You'll find John C. Parkin, who came up with the idea, and then you'll see me there doing it. I do it at every live talk I can because it's an amazing energy shifter, and it's all about Taoism, letting go, and you buzz after you do it. There's a kind of there's a type of yoga that involves shaking yoga as well. It does the same thing. It's really powerful for shifting energy. Have you got anything online about what you're doing, Matt? Do you need anybody?
Not really. I mean, well, we had a group, Telegram group called Find Your Tribe, and it was more about helping other people. I don't be admin on it, but it's only very small. We've only got about sort of 40, 50 people on there. And yeah, it's kind of morphing at the moment. We don't have much of a group at the moment because we're sort of going through sort of transitional phase. But yeah, it's fine. It might be available for people to go on. It's called Find Your Tribe. My friend Paul set it up, who I met on a dowsing course, and we instantly hit it off. No, it might be available online, but I don't know. But I'm not plugging anything or anything. So it's more a case of just coming online to sort of, it's an experience really. We're trying to meet people and
well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you're doing this great work, please put it out online. People will find you. You'll find your own tribe, as long as they're not. As long as you find your tribe's not for pygmies who get lost in the grass, they're hard to find. But it's for sorry, dad jokes just they popped into my head. I had to get it out. It's weird.
Yeah.
You know, I've got 5 kids. I'm always doing it. So what I'm saying is, it's really important that any of you doing good work, please get it out there, right? Just get it, even if you're just recording it to use later. It's not about having a business. It's about inspiring other people. You know, and even video diaries or just talking about what you're feeling, everything you just said, but somebody watching this will resonate with that, what you said, and they'll be like, oh, I feel better now, because that's what this is about. When I say where we go one, we go all, is really all about, we're all in it together. We're a team. The whole human race is a team, and we want to know what other people are doing, because it makes us feel inspired or feel better about ourselves, or share. You know, when you share a problem with a stranger, it's incredibly powerful how that is. It's just, you know, it's up to you, Matt.
Yeah. So there are some other good groups online as well on Facebook and on Telegram. I can't remember some names. I think there's a Kin's Domain group, which is based on the Anastasia books, which we were part of for a bit. Although I still haven't read the first book, but there's a really good bunch of people that we
JCK bought me this a year ago, and I'm still only halfway through the first one because I've been that bloody busy. I think
I only read the first chapter. I'll be honest. So I was part of the group for ages.
I got to the bit where they're shagging, and then I ended for some reason.
Yeah, but we haven't quite got into it. But yeah, they're a really good bunch of guys, and this one is, you know, I'm part of their group as well. And I think there's some really good groups on Facebook as well that are trying to. It's exploding, to be honest. This whole kind of, lots of people had enough of the system. Don't really want their kids in the system. Want to homeschool, because we have 2 young children ourselves, a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old. And we just want to get our son is just, I'm fed up with him and being in school already. He's got so much, just gets asked to do so much homework, and
it's ridiculous.
And we let him go to school for the time being. He's in reception, just so we can have that connection, but with other kids. But it's really tough, because, you know, I think he finds it hard. He just doesn't really. He's like me. I was never that great at sort of school stuff. But it's just been a crazy old time, and it's really great that my wife has woken up. Well, she probably was awake before I was, to be honest. And my in-laws are also awake, and, you know, so it's really good. And yeah, we've just got to keep on going, and hopefully next year we can manifest our community and see what happens, really.
Well, take the word "hopefully" out of your language, and it will.
Yeah. Sorry.
We
will do it. We will do it. We keep saying that we're going to do it. Next year has got to be the year.
Well, make it happen, man, because you're doing obviously doing amazing stuff, and it's it warms my heart to hear you talking about stuff like this, because this is what we all need to hear, and this is what we're all doing it together. It's amazing. Like Alex Collier said recently, so before you go to bed, listen to some great music or comedy. What I recommend you go and listen to tonight is Derek and Clyde from the 1960s, Peter Cook and Dudley Moore, and then you'll understand where my poetry came from with the swear words. And they'll make you laugh.
I don't know why I need to say this, but I suddenly just came into my head. It's a chap called Rory Duff. He's got a website called roryduff.com. He's a dowser, a really interesting guy. He's doing lots of really good stuff at the moment. I think he'd be a good person to talk to or see. I mean, he might not want to come online, but he's been doing dowsing. I went on one of his dowsing courses, and he's doing harmony days and that around the country. So it's really good. So I thought I'd just mention that. But
I mean, I had. He probably knows Maria Wheatley. Have you heard of her?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
she's second generation. Her dad was like Dennis Wheatley was the most famous dowser British worldwide. He was like king of dowsing, and she's carried the torch. So you should get together with or Rory, and you should get together with Maria, because I'm getting her on the show in January. She's amazing. But
I need to do more dowsing. I'm going
to do more. I'm going to have to move on, Matt. It's lovely
thanks
to
a
meet
lot.
you. I just want
you.
Real pleasure. This is me just trying this format out for the first time, and I feel bad about kicking people off, but I have to because
no, it's fine. Like I've said,
lovely to meet you.
And you, thank you.
And your wife and your kids. Take care, mate.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh, this is good. I'm enjoying this show. I'm enjoying this show a lot. Amazing people. You're all amazing people. It's just amazing. I'm using the word amazing too much. Do you know why? Because you're amazing. Vicky, hello.
Hi. Hello. It's so nice to actually let you hear me. I feel like I know you because I watch all the videos all the time. That's you and JC, and that's it. You know, I feel like I have friends, and you guys really have helped me through some really dark stuff and keep me going, which is great. But when you finally get to interact like this, it's like, oh, wow, but he don't know me. I feel like I've known you for, the last year.
Well, it is a bit surreal because like I did this talk on Sunday and I was just like, hello, do the talk. And then the next day, people are coming up to me saying, can I have my picture with you? I'm like, what for? What? Why? And then I realized, there are like 300 hours of videos in a year, and some people have watched a lot of them. So it is surreal, but we're just ordinary people.
And I feel like that with you, with both of you. I don't put you up on a pedestal and I've always been like that. Even I've been to a lot of rock bands in my younger years and met Bon Jovi and them, and I didn't think it was, they're just another person. So I've never really had that kind of a perception. Oh. But with you guys, what I've really felt is I feel like you're really good friends because I really know you because you guys are so authentic while you're on the videos. And then it's just like, but they don't even have a clue that I exist, Well, so that kind of a thing is a little weird.
We do now. It's great. So where are you in the States?
I'm actually in Dallas, Texas.
Dallas.
And yes.
Gorgeous. No, that's just a different show, isn't it? Was that Dallas or was that something else?
Yeah, no, I don't remember the music, but yeah, there was a show with that originally from Minnesota.
My great grandparents were addicted to that, and that's all I knew about America. It was just like J.R. Ewing, and when I was a kid, who shot J.R. And then they brought the man from Atlantis back alive. I thought that was weird, and then I lost interest. And I discovered Girls, which was far more interesting. But anyway, what's the story, Vicky? What's
the story? Kind of like the story for you and everybody else. I got my little tuning fork to clear the thing. I was woke up at 3:00 the other night, like you, getting attacked and all of this. And I'm like, oh, where's my little tuning fork? Get out. And I love your fucking exercise. I've been doing that since you first brought it up. And I also, I'm a healing facilitator, and so I, do a lot of work on myself and help others. Not on YouTube yet. I do have a website. Been doing that for 25 years now. And actually, I'd like to give everybody a little tip. The one reason I like the modality that I utilize, which is called Jin Shin Jitsu, but I know it's a mouthful. We don't have to worry about it. Energy work, but it has a self-help component. And if you're open, which I think you are, I would just like to tell everybody, use this. It works. Takes you 5 minutes, as long as it takes you to breathe 36 times, 36 normal breaths. But it clears out your energy fields. It can help the anxiety go away. It just clears. But you just put your hands, your fingers in your armpits.
Let's do that. Fingers in the armpits.
And you just breathe 36 breaths.
Okay, let's go.
Everybody, invite everybody to it. You will feel a shift.
Are you counting or am I?
You go ahead and count, and then I'll explain. You don't have to know the rest of this stuff, but because everybody's at different levels, and a lot of your audience is into a lot of these different things, all you have to do is do what you're doing. But it also, I'll give this because people like to know, 36 equals a 9. It brings the numerology in. 9 is end of cycle, clean the slate. You have 4 sets of 9 in these 36 breaths. So one set is clearing your physical body. One set of breaths is clearing your mental body, your spiritual body, and your emotional body. And that equals a 36. Plus you have your hands on your main lymph system area. So you're energizing and supporting the lymph system. You're clearing your emotional body. The breath is very invigorating, clearing, builds and strengthens the immune system. Awesome. It's awesome for anxiety, though I know it's really hard when you have an anxiety attack to breathe. But if you can force yourself to do this, it's different night and day. And it's one of the few self-help things that I can actually get people to do so they get an experience right away. Because once you get that experience, you're going to remember to do it.
Absolutely.
So there's some days I'm doing this. I call it the hug, the self-hug. That there's some days I'm doing this 12 times a day, but I like to get everybody in the habit of at least do it once a day.
Can you hear me? Hello,
Yes.
Vicky? Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry. See, the thing is, when I'm talking to people and I've not met them before, I'm trying to get a joke in, but then I'm interrupting them and I don't know how offended they're going to be. But
no.
I was just going to say, it's been a year of self-hugs for me.
Well, I do them for years. I've been doing them for years, but some days it's like that's all I'm doing sometimes.
Yeah.
But it works. It helps. So if this can help anybody make a day a little bit easier, if it happens to, remind you, I know we all have lots of tools, but I don't think we can have too many. This is simple and easy. You're in the grocery store, you're stuck in traffic, you're getting impatient, do your hug, 36 breaths and boom, you'll be amazed at the difference. So thank you for letting me share that.
No, that's brilliant. You should get, are you online?
I have a website. I haven't ventured into the YouTube and knowing how to do any of that yet.
Just get on YouTube and do it, because honestly, the world needs Vicky's and Matt's and everybody else that's been on. Everybody needs to hear this stuff. It's
to find them to hear it. I know with the website, it's like I'm surprised.
What's your website?
Alwaysuplifting.earth. And I changed it to Earth after I had my session with Huna Flash, thanks to seeing him with you and JC.
Hang on, I've never been on with him. I've never been on with him.
I think you both talked about him, and JC, you guys talked with him once or something. Yeah, you brought him up, and then I looked him up.
Yeah. Cool. Just clarifying that.
Yeah.
Here we go. Great stuff. It's a positive name.
Thank you.
Takes me a minute to find his webpage.
Well, I changed it to the .earth because of his recommendation of getting out of the .com type thing, because that's supporting everything else that we're trying to get out of. So
yeah. Beautiful. Well, brilliant. Thank you for sharing all of that, Vicky.
Thank you, and thank you for all that you do, and thank you for keep coming on, because both you and JC, you guys, and listening to you guys, and I don't like to watch TV. And so it's just great when I get one of these Sundays and that. And then you guys are on for 2.5 hours. And I'm like, oh my God, I so needed that. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Vicky.
I will have to tell you though, you haven't got me into Benny Hill yet. I'm just like, I don't see where they're coming with the humor in this, but that's all right. I'll deal with it.
Look, there's room for everybody.
I had to get that in though. It's like,
look, let me just explain this, right? The reason, I think I speak for JC on this as well. The reason we talk about Benny Hill is because when we were kids, it was just hilarious, right? See what he was doing, right? The backlash against comedy is the reason. Because I think I certainly talk about Benny Hill to wind up all those right on PC brainwashed leftist pricks that think they're comedians, like Jimmy Carr, people like him, right? Utter wankers. And that's why I just try to wind people up with it. Plus, Ernie is the greatest milkman in the West.
And it could be where I grew up too,
They won't be old Ernie. Right, see you later.
Again, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Many blessings.
Cheers, Vicky. Thank you. Bye-bye. Steve from FL. Sorry, mate. You've been waiting a long time.
That's okay. You're worth the wait, man.
Is this Florida? I'm assuming it's not Fort Lauderdale or
Florida.
Okay,
yeah.
Which part?
Just south of Tampa, Sarasota.
I knew you were going to say Sarasota. As soon as I was like, he's from Sarasota. I know he is. I live there for a bit.
I had a feeling because you mentioned Sarasota at one point that you had been there. I was wondering. I've only just discovered you like less than a week ago.
Oh right.
My wife discovered your interview with Alex Collier.
That was great.
Yeah. So she was researching med beds, and literally in the last week we have both become fully awake. So thank you.
Only in the last week.
Only in the last week.
What were you doing before that?
Voting for other people.
Wow. I mean, amazing.
So seriously, I voted for Joe in the last election, thought I was doing the right thing.
I've never met anybody that's voted for Joe.
I voted for Joe. And I'm proud to say I got my voter registration card in the mail yesterday. I am now a registered Republican. I am so thankful that I live in Florida with Ron DeSantis, and it's been an amazing nonstop journey since we've discovered you and then all the people you've been interviewing.
Wow. I'll tell you what, listen, Steve, I was a socialist for 20 years. Like in England, that's the equivalent of being a Democrat. I was when I looked at American politics, I hated Reagan, I hated the Republicans. I was always a Democrat. I fully understand, and the whole paradigm of left and right it's all going to go. It's all gone, right? Good. It doesn't mean anything anymore, does it? It's about right and wrong. It's just about right and wrong. So and you found your beautiful, amazing to meet somebody. She admitted it as well, which is take rules.
Yeah, I mean we're each on our own path, and there's still some things I'm having a little trouble reconciling with Trump, but
I think a lot of people are, and I think that's on purpose.
Yeah, I don't doubt that, and I kind of felt like I personally have felt like out of sorts for a long time. And my wife and I have been on our own healing journey, and talk about vaccines. When we moved, because my wife's English, moved to America, she had to have all these nasty vaccines all at the same time to be allowed to come here.
Yeah,
and she's been ill for the last 15 years.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
But now we're getting better. We've turned the corner and everything's working out, but it feels like the earth is sick and crusty and has all this crap on the outside, and the earth is shaking, trying to get all the parasites off of earth. That's what it feels like to me. That's what comes to me when I go deep inside, and it's like, yeah, the earth is rebelling. You know, all this crap that's been done to it, the pollution, the poisons, the deforestation, and it's like, you know, let alone the humans and what's going on there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sad to admit it, but yeah, I probably had the blinders on, you know, and didn't know what was going on. And
well, they you know, they did a good number on us over many years, and made us all feel guilty about all the things that they were doing. I mean, they've been terraforming the planet basically and blaming us for it. We felt the guilt. We've gone out and become vegan and done this and done that and stopped buying leather shoes and blah. Guilt, just busy, just keeping us busy while they're killing us.
Yeah,
it's just genius. They're, you know, it's diabolical, but it's genius.
Yeah.
But once you see through it, you can't go back.
No, and literally it was like we walked through a door, and now you look around, there is no door. I don't know where I was, but now I'm here, and I love where I am now. I go to the grocery store. The first time was just like 4 days ago. We went to the grocery store with no mask on.
How was that?
It was so freeing. Oh my God. It was just like, I can breathe. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, because we were doing it before, and we would come out. The first thing we would do as soon as you're out the store is take the mask off and take a deep breath. But now walking around there, and the big difference for me is there's no fear. The fear in me about all that BS that they put out, that fear is gone. So it makes me feel a little indestructible.
Well, you are indestructible because you're an eternal spirit.
Thank you.
You know, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. After the last 18 months of doing this, hearing what you've said tonight has just been the cherry on the cake of this show for me. It's just been wonderful. And I applaud you and appreciate you for having the balls to say it live, because I think a lot of people need to hear this. Like, I've been saying that throughout this show and throughout the year. But I'm glad you're there, because there's nothing to do with politics. It's to do with right and wrong. It's as simple as that. And I think it's wonderful, because I can't wait to be out of this political bullshit, you know, that I've been in my whole life. It's I had the same thing with Trump 5 years ago. I was like, what? This guy? No fucking what? That billionaire? What? And then I started listening to him, and I was going, oh, hang on a minute. Hang on, that's amazing. And then when you go back and look at his stuff from last year.
Yeah.
Like the press conferences at the beginning of this, unbelievable. The code that he was talking in. That's when it gets really magical.
I mean, the whole thing that started my wife because my wife was looking into med beds. We heard from our chiropractor about med beds, and we're like, what? And I'm like, nah, that sounds like something from Stargate or something, some movie or something, right? And so we started looking into it, and then he said, well, Trump's been talking about it. I'm like, really? So I researched it, and sure enough, Trump mentioned that the end of hospitals as we know it is coming.
Yep.
And he said med beds, and I'm like, oh my God.
You know, I mean, the technology is already here. I mean, I've got Tesla healing things and light things here. And he was talking about lights, and he was talking about bleach, which is ClO2. I'm not going to say the word.
Yeah.
Which you know, I healed my mum's arthritis with it last year. It's incredible stuff.
No, we have shipments coming in from all over the world currently because of you and the people you've interviewed. You know, we've got our stuff that you just mentioned. You know, that the stuff that Bolivia has legalized. So yeah,
and you know, JC got me into this turpentine. Look into that, Dr. Jennifer Daniels, if you've not already got it. Because, you know, yeah, perfect. You know, when you said about the earth shaking off the parasites, we have to start with us. Because because we've been bombarded with parasites, we're packed with them, right? But you get rid of those with these simple things, these simple, cheap things. That most of it comes from plants, trees, you know? The trees have the answer. The trees want to save us. The trees are our best friends.
Yeah.
And if you look at Lord of the Rings, it's all there. It's all there. We get saved by the trees, you know?
Yeah.
So look, man, amazing to hear from you. I'm going to put it up to 90 minutes. I was going to do an hour. This is the first time I've done this format. I really enjoyed it. I can't thank you enough for coming on. Give my love to your wife. Thank you so much and good luck on the rest of your journey. You're in good company. My subscribers are amazing. JC's subscribers are amazing. They're just amazing people. Thank you, everybody, for watching. You want to say anything? Say goodbye with Steve?
Oh, that's my wife saying hi.
Stop being English and shy.
Thank you, Mark. You're awesome. Absolutely love you. You're doing awesome.
Thank
Great.
you. Give my love to Sarasota.
Yes.
Oh, by the way,
come visit us.
Wow, there used to be a thing on the beach there, which was like a shack where you could get crabs and dip them into butter.
Yep.
Is that still there?
Yeah.
Still there?
Yes.
It's like a blue shack. Oh, I love that place.
I can't think of what it's called, but yes,
Right.
I know exactly where it is.
It's called the Crab Shack. Which is what they call whorehouses in Thailand. That's a terrible joke.
But
I'm in all night. Thanks, Steve and Steve's wife. See you later.
Bye.
Take care. Bye. Guys, I really enjoyed that. I can't believe it's 10:30 and it's 11 o'clock at night. Right. I'm gonna go. Love you all. Take care. See you soon.